Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jainer, and today I'll be talking a little bit about philosophy and the works of Friedrich Nietzsche. So I've been reading this book called Beyond Good and Evil, and so I took out some good references from the book, which I thought were awesome, and in a way they relate to psychology. And so I'm going to share with you guys, and I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions. So here we have when he wrote, "Why search for truth when we can search for the untruth? We spend so much effort searching for the correct things to focus in life, when in fact there are untruth all over the place in our daily lives." And just to inform you guys, he did not write all of this that I'm reading. This was basically summarized by myself, but this is what he meant. So yeah, why focus on the truth? I believe in society, in modern times, there's this huge belief that people try to like tell you how the type of person you should become, what it means to be like a good guy, or a superior person, or a guy who has achieved a lot of things. But it's good to look at it the way Nietzsche was thinking about it. What if we can take a look at those certain individuals who are not doing good in their lives, or who are struggling, and in a way, learn from them on what not to do. And we can also focus on, let's say, somebody who you would consider a bad parent. So take a closer look on why you think he's a bad parent, and instead try to be what try to do everything he's not doing, and so you can be a good parent, if we were talking about parents, of course. And you can also let's say let's say you're in school, and you want to be a good student, and for a fact somebody is underperforming. He's under the whole class. His average is really low. So you can really pay attention to his habits, the things that he's not doing, what's making that student a bad student. So once you realize and you notice everything he's doing, try to do the complete opposite, and you'll have success. Let's say in your job, you notice that somebody is always complaining that he does not have a good week, and it's back-to-back weeks. So what if we can be okay, so what if we can realize and say, okay, so this guy is struggling. He arrives late every day at work. He leaves early. He's doing this and that wrong. So we can go ahead and do everything that he's not doing, and learn from the mistakes of others. So I think it's a great idea overall, because I think the way we learn a lot of things in life, we certainly have to fail a lot of times before we get to do things right. So it's great that we can observe a lot of people do things and learn from their mistakes. Why should we always fail and then learn ourselves if we can learn from others? So that's basically the whole idea behind that reference that he said. Then second, I have Stoicism is self-tyranny, just like any other school of thought, because it sees the world in its own image. It cannot do otherwise. Philosophy is a tyrannical impulse itself. So guys, just take a look at what happened in countries like Germany, Cuba, Venezuela, countries that that people were indoctrinated with this belief, with this evil belief or evil thought, evil philosophy, to say the least. And everybody started believing in a system, and I guess it got to the point where people weren't questioning whatever ideas or whatever opinions the superior people above them, their presidents or their leaders, were enforcing on them. So it's great that a guy like Nietzsche would come out. I mean, at the time he wrote Beyond Good and Evil, he would come out and say philosophy is a tyrannical impulse itself. I don't think we should adopt a particular philosophy and live off of that. Instead, we should question everything there is, and learn from everything. But when an individual or a whole country adopts a belief and lives off of those principles, it does not go. It does not advance, because I think ideas advance. People, there's a theory of evolution. Everything continues. Life continues. So why go by a certain beliefs? And so yeah, I think everything should be questioned, and we should go about life thinking that we do not know everything, so we can learn from everybody. Then third I have, if one remains in comfort, one is not predestined for knowledge. So that basically means if you hide in your house and you do not get involved in certain groups, or go to school with the idea that whatever your beliefs are, whatever you think is true, the way you were raised, the way you were brought up, all of these ideas that you grew up with should not be challenged, then you are predestined. You are predestined to not evolve with good knowledge, because I believe ideas should be challenged at all times, and that is one reason why universities should exist in the first place. I cannot go over to a university or a group of friends and be like, hey guys, this is what I think, and you guys should agree with me every time, and please do not contradict me. I would just walk away from the conversation, basically with my same beliefs. I wouldn't evolve. So I just think that is horrible overall. Then another reference from the book I got was, the value of an action lays in the value of its consequence, not in the value of its intention. So in order for an action to be valuable, or the value of an action must come from its consequence. The value of an action should not come from its intuition. So let's say somebody is about to do something, and he's about to perform an action, and you go ahead and think, oh, that guy must be about to do that, must be like willing to do this, because I know what his intentions are. He's not gonna do that because he's a good person. He wants to take advantage of of somebody or the group. So why must all of us, or some of us, to make the case straight, why some of us must go and give the value of an action based on like its intention of of the action, it wouldn't make sense at all. So the way that should work is the value of an action should be based on its consequence. Let's say, if I perform this, then the value of my action should be judged on its consequence, the consequence of the action. So let's go ahead and jump to the last one, which to me it was one of the ones that made me think the most. So it says, "Don't become a victim of your own generosity. A danger for wealthy souls and developed who spend wastefully." So what this one means is, people who are extremely generous, we know for a fact that when somebody's extremely generous, one has a good heart and one has good intentions, and maybe one wishes that the world was just like them. People with good intentions and a good heart, and who are willing to share, and who wish they lived in utopia. But that is just not the fact. When one is extremely generous, people will take advantage of your generosity, and so one of the main things about being extremely generous is, if one is to give something to people, you should basically go about it as, you're doing something from your heart, but don't expect people to be reciprocal with you, because people will fail you a lot of times. Sometimes they might pay you back the favor, but don't go around helping people expecting everybody to be the same, have the same kind of generosity towards you, because that's just not the case. Let's say you behave extremely well with all of your friends, and you have about 20 friends, and the case might be that out of those 20 friends, only one of them it's worthwhile. So don't go about life thinking that everybody even remembers you, or even remembers that time when you did a huge favor for them. So and that is extremely painful and hurtful for people who are extremely generous, and it's all because they have a wealthy soul, and their souls are I think really developed. They're not missing anything. So their next step for these certain individuals is to give, because they already feel like these are people who feel complete. Their soul is complete. So the only way they feel great is by giving. And so unfortunately, not everybody is the same way. There's a lot of different people out there. Some people are just looking for the advantage of every situation, and how some people are willing to betray their friends. Some people act like they're your friends whenever they need a huge favor from you, but then when the transaction is finished, behind your backs, they really don't care for you. They're just there in the moment so they can get everything they have going on set straight and fix their problems, and they're not really there for you. So thank you guys. This is all I had to share with you guys today, and I hope all of you really liked this video, which was mostly on philosophy. Thanks.